So first,
absolutely.
and I was like,
let's dig it all up.
Oh, no.
True.
You'll never guess.
So sidebar. Yes.
And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to remember everything.
I know.
Actually, I have to talk about this.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is also a podcast. We're here. We're back. Meredith doesn't have any small celebrations. I barely have any. I feel like we should do a small complaint and a small celebration, one of both. But also, this podcast is mostly me complaining. So this is one
Alicia,
big complaint of a podcast.
Can I go first with the complaints?
Oh, I don't have a complaint. Fuck.
Oh,
okay.
I have a complaint. Somebody on now that you said that, I don't have a celebration, I have a complaint. Somebody on my personal TikTok was like, "You're really whiny." And I was like, "Yeah, wait, I'm so sorry. You must be new here." Like, what?
You're a whiner. Damn. Someone got you? But you a complainer and a whiner, Meredith. You got called. Damn, you got called a whiner.
God forbid I complain about the air and water show, which I absolutely hate in Chicago. God forbid.
Damn, Meredith. You're getting roasted out there.
Got me, caught me. I thought it was obvious. I thought that was my brand.
But you identify as a whiner? Like, I'm not a whiner. I'm a complainer.
True. I don't even think I was whining. That's why I'm like, wait a minute.
You're misinterpreting me. If I sound whiny, I got to change something because that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm a complainer.
I'm sorry I wasn't bitty enough with this.
Yeah. Change yourself. That's your complaint. Change yourself. That's what we've learned here. Meredith sucks and needs to change herself.
Like, I guess
of that
whiny?
one person with the one private person on TikTok was like, "Hey, you're whiny."
And it was to the point where TikTok even hid it from me. So to be honest, it's my own goddamn fault.
Yeah. No, sometimes I get offended that they hide comments, and I'm like, just show me the bad stuff.
No, I agree. Listen, outrageous ones absolutely agree, but like, you call me whiny. That wasn't that big of a deal. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You must be new here."
Sometimes people are just like, "Oh, I hate that show," and then like it blocks it, and I'm like, "Okay, listen."
Especially when they're like complaining about the same thing I'm complaining about, and it's like they're trying to hide.
Calm down.
TikTok thinks they're ragging me, and I'm like, no, they're ragging that shitty ass housewife. Don't worry, they're not making comments against me.
Yeah, TikTok's gotta like get thicker skinned because
it's
this is crazy. Yeah, it's very sensitive. It's very crazy. Okay, well, I didn't even really do the intro, but you already came in with a complaint, so shout out you.
I'm sorry, you said complaining, and I said, "Oh, I have something."
I didn't invite you to complain. Let's be clear. You're sounding whiny, Meredith, out here. So, before Meredith gives us other complaints, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Patreon. All the links are in our description, and please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Meredith, would you like to continue with whatever the hell you were doing when you hijacked my show?
I'm so sorry. That's all my complaints, but I actually do have a celebration too.
Okay,
we can get to that later. No, go off with your complaint.
You go. Please, God, just finish yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, this one's for
Please,
us.
God, just finish.
This one's for us, though.
Oh, okay.
I looked it up, and I forgot to say it last week.
Oh.
We hit our 500th episode.
What? We did?
Yeah.
We need a life. That's awesome. I'm so proud of us.
By like 2, I think.
Whoa, look at us. We've hit 500. Will we ever stop? No. Let's hit 5,000. Let's get to 5 million.
We're going to keep going. Meredith's going to stop being whiny.
We're going to keep going until the current government censors us. How about that?
Oh, I think we would still go. We may not be able to just distribute it, but we would still do this.
We would still do this. We would just, if you want it, you have to pick it up from our apartments and we'll put it on a disc drive or something.
Like old CDs.
Yeah,
like
we're burning a
CD.
Yeah. Listen to our SoundCloud. Why don't you? You know? Yeah, that's our next step. That's our step. Okay, I have a celebration.
Let's go.
Going to the Jersey Shore this weekend. Not Seaside Heights, but it's technically a part of the Jersey Shore. It's called Sea Isle.
Fine.
No one I know has been there, but I was like, am I going to see people with hair gel? Because when I tell you Jersey Shore formed me into the person I am today, I mean that. I think that's a historic event that will never be duplicated. You've tried MTV, 100%. Never again. That is the number one reality show overall ever, I think.
I hate to move this into news, but I heard a rumor that they might be moving the Jersey Shore crew over to E.
Why? I'm not even watching their new shit. Why?
No, I know, but like it's just like the Kardashians moved out of E into Hulu. Like when you go to a new network, you can reset the terms and the pricing and all of this.
That's fine. I don't watch that. Once they had kids and got married, I didn't care.
No
I
vacation
didn't care.
for Alicia.
No. Seasons 1 through 3, masterpieces. Season 4 and even 5, I'll take. Season 6, we gave up and it was good. We gave it up when we gave it up. We were trying to push through. No one was interested. We let them go. They forced themselves back onto my screen. I don't care anymore. I'm sorry.
You want
I
young,
don't care.
dumb, and free.
Listen, it's not going to hit the same if me at 30 is watching you at 40 take care of your children. Yeah. And like, great, you guys are pranking and still getting drunk. You know what was iconic? Me at like 14 watching you do. That's the difference. Even if I was like 20, I don't think it would have hit the same.
I agree.
Like the prime people, the millennials, we were like at this very influential age, and nothing like this had ever happened before. And I had never met Italians like this. You know what I mean?
I agree. Because
it was
we had
something different.
Like, yes, Bravo was existing, but that was too old for us to really hit the same. I was still watching it, don't get me wrong. But we had the CW with scripted shows, and then we had MTV with unscripted. And
that was reality for us, for the millennials. Bravo was a little older. The fact that we were watching it, that's fine. But
Listen,
Bravo was
there,
Bravo was originally for the housewives.
Adults.
You know what I mean? The housewives to watch other housewives. MTV was for the kids of the housewives, and that's where we went. Teen Mom, 16 and Pregnant, Jersey Shore, The Challenge, Real World, Road Rules. God. Jesus Christ, was I made Parental Control. I was in it. Next. Yep. Oh, Next was my favorite. My favorite part about Next is when they gave you 3 really dumb facts about each person that like you shouldn't admit, and now as an adult I know I always knew it was fake, but like it was so funny to be like, someone named Kyle signed a waiver that said, yeah, you can say that I like to pick my butt and then sniff my fingers for sure. Like someone agreed to that, and that was awesome.
And that's on reading contracts.
That was but no one got mad at Kyle because we didn't have social media. It didn't even matter. Kyle is not even his real name.
Isn't that crazy that, like, there has to be, like, 20% of the public has already been on reality TV at this point? Like, there's been so many shows, so many things.
We don't know. We just don't even know. And that's what Jersey Shore was, too. Like, we didn't have social media. All we got from these people was an hour every Thursday on MTV. And that was enough. You know what I mean?
At the maximum, we got them tweeting during their show.
Oh, yeah. And then, guys, even Michael Cera got done up. He got a makeover by the Jersey Shore. And then the Jersey Shore also did a Twilight spoof. Like, this was iconic. I'll never stop talking about the Jersey Shore. One guy today brought it up and was like, just so you know, when you're in Sea Isle, it's not going to be the vacation the beach vacation you expect. And I was like, I expect to see juiced up Italians yelling at me. What do you mean what I expect?
Get that,
and he was like, oh, then that's probably what you'll get. And I was like, you don't know me for a shit, okay?
Yeah.
This is
my dream.
You don't know me, let me tell you. When I tell you I was formed from the vagina of the Jersey hole, that's me. I came through.
House.
Oh man! Well, if I could just go to the Shore House, I think I would fangirl over the Jersey Shore cast. I don't think there's a lot of casts I would do that to. Jersey Shore is one of them.
I think what helps too is they're in their entirety. Like, we've seen so many other shows go through versions of itself where it just doesn't hit the same unless you've had the exact same people. I think that's also why Teen Mom hits me so hard. It's like they've kept it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. The New Jersey Shore old stuff doesn't do it. I just liked watching these dumb people get drunk.
Agreed.
And be authentically themselves. You know what I mean?
This is the bad thing about canceling people. We should absolutely cancel people for being racist, homophobic, all of that stuff.
Transphobic, yeah.
For being young, dumb, and drunk, let them be.
Oh, let them be. Mike, the Situation would have gotten canceled twice a day.
Every day.
Oh, man. Guys, Snooki took her underwear off in the hot tub the first night. What are you talking about? Cancel her. Don't do it. Oh, so it's just like, it's so good. Anyway,
Too good.
even if I'm not in Seaside Heights, I'm going to channel the Jersey Shore. I'm going to quote it a lot. Oh, I can't talk enough about this. Is a Jersey Shore podcast now. That's what we should do. I'm going to do that on my own. Oh my God. For fun. I'm going to, no, just kidding.
We live
Sounds
here
like
now.
a lot. I live in Jersey Shore.
Yeah, it's hard to go back.
Anyway, let's get into real news. Do you have anything to share with me?
Do you want my most shocking piece? Or...
Shocking? Okay, yeah, shock me.
Okay, did you see that Brooks Nader entering weird family dynamics with her father by going topless in Italy with him?
With her dad?
Yeah, the family.
What do you...
It's four daughters and then the mom and dad. Yeah. They're on a tiny-ass boat in Italy, Brooks Nader topless.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
and obviously they're going to pick the worst photos, to print or put out there. It's like her dad's getting, off the ladder out of the water, and it's like straight line into the boobs.
Oh,
every photo is him straight line into the boobs.
No, but no. It doesn't matter the photo. If a boat that's too close to be topless near my dad. Oh, yeah. Ew. Oh, no.
My coworkers and I were talking about this today. Like, okay, you're on a beach and your dad's 10 feet away from you and you're gallivanting, whatever, fine, running into the water, fine. Tiny ass boat is crazy. And also, again, not in jumping in the water and just swimming around topless. His eyesight right at the boobs.
No.
Every time.
No. What do I Google to find this? Boat
just
pics?
Brooks Nader, Italy.
Oh, Italy. Oh, no. Why? No, see, you can't.
No.
No,
These are the people that took a bath together, right? Who was that?
No, that was Bruce Willis' kids. Oh,
this
my
is our nightmare.
God.
I just imagine being on a boat with my dad. My dad already is annoyed at tiny bikinis, and I don't.
My dad's please wear a one piece type of guy. You know what I mean? And you're like, all right, weirdo.
And my dad's put clothes on, and I agree.
Oh my God. No. I lock my door at my parents when I'm changing because I'm the chances of.
I can't have a chance run in where you think I'm not in this room and I happen to be changing.
No.
With any member of my family.
No. Oh, this is when we cancel just families. Cancel the whole family.
We're going to become anti-family real quick. And we're on board. Because
weird family dynamics.
We're out on.
This is weird. You don't ever have to be topless in front of your father. Honestly, there's only a handful of times you even need to be in a bikini around your father. And that's maybe if you have a pool. You know what I mean?
It's just
But even sunbathing, sometimes I'm well, my dad doesn't look I haven't been in a swimsuit near my father
because
in
I go
years.
back and forth of it shouldn't be sexual and it's not, but it's just the innate this is just a weird dynamic.
The topless is crazy. I would never take my top. We could go to a nude beach in Italy and I'd be fully clothed,
I
a
won't
nun.
Even venture. The minute I see nude beach, we're turning around.
I'm not even looking at other naked people with my dad. This is how crazy. You know when you watch a movie and a sexual joke is made, I don't even like him being in the room.
Yeah, because I accidentally watched Bridgerton season 1 with my parents and I was this is my nightmare.
You have to just sit there and be I actually
because if you get up, it makes it worse, if you acknowledge it.
No, my dad and I really like the high comedy, Seth Rogen-esque movies. And oh my God, they make so many dick jokes. And I'm just sitting there and I'm
you're no.
I actually don't. I don't know what a dick is. You know what I mean?
At the beach, we boogie boarded so hard. My dad had to buy us wetsuits because we were so into it. So tiny bikinis was not a thing in my family around.
Yeah, we went tubing a lot.
It's to be honest, because it's not even just dad. I don't need my mom to watch me topless.
No, yeah. If you go tubing, we were in full one pieces because we were
you can have those
doing extreme sport.
You're gonna lose them forever.
Yeah. Oh, terrible.
I know. Okay, we'll make it better. This one, I think you'll like it. Okay. Ariana and Hudson from Next Gen NYC officially done.
Yeah, sad, but not. I don't know. I go back and forth. I shouldn't be that invested in these two.
We talked about it with
children.
Chris, and Chris wants Liam.
She made a good point.
And Ariana, and I agree. However,
I like Liam better.
I agree.
I want that clear.
It's the makeup to the breakup is something special on shows. If somebody can rise to the occasion, like, I'm a little giddy off of it. And he couldn't.
It's just one of those things of, like, it's so much history that, like, we as a Bravo community are, like, involved in.
Yeah.
How could you not root for it a little? But I'm toxic.
It's the hope. It's the hope of, like, what could be.
Yeah. Like, if he could get his shit together and, like, win or bad. Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Huge.
But listen, I think, honestly, this season of Next Gen NYC makes me, like, dislike Hudson more than I did. Because he's kind of a weirdo, I think. So I get it.
It's not what I thought would happen based on...
Yes.
We knew they broke up whenever they started filming. And then before we got the show actually on our screens, we knew they were back together. So in my mind, Next Gen is all about Hudson winning her back and, like, being amazing. And then it wasn't that. It's like Liam being amazing. So now I'm like, I
like
built
Liam.
this entire fairy tale in my head and it's not happening. So we'll see.
I don't RIP to that relationship, I guess, but
adios.
We'll see.
I wonder if Hudson will be on the show then, because he's barely on the show with him being broken up for Ariana.
What does his family do and how rich is he?
Great question. His dad started Zaxby's, that restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they're billionaires.
Okay. I was just wondering how he had, like, so much money. And now I get why he, like, didn't want to take their money and give it to Ariana's mom, Kim.
Yes.
I guess,
let's be honest, it was his family's money, like, paying, or not necessarily, like, paying straight to Kim, but it's, his money, his family's gonna supplement if Ariana needs something because they love her. And then you're watching her turn around and take her hard-earned money and invest it into this woman who is a gambling addict.
Yeah. Okay, wow. Okay, he's got money. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everyone on Next Gen NYC has, like, ample amount of money that
even
I can't
Georgia, I've learned, like, it's not like she's dirt poor.
No. She wants to make her own money, I think.
Yes.
Which isn't the case for everyone. Well, but they are making their own money on this show and being influencers.
Some of them
Georgia
are,
wants, like, a legacy, like generational wealth she wants to build. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like Hudson's family.
Maybe not fast food, but yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. She wants that kind of wealth where you hear what they do and you go, oh,
yes,
they got money. You know what? 100%. I hear, like, okay, Gia's mom is a housewife and then Gia's an influencer. I'm not going to be like, oh, they got money. You know what I mean?
Those are families that are spending the money they create and, like, bring in immediately. They're not investing and having all this wealth and, like you said, generational wealth.
Yeah,
whereas
I think
Hudson's
Georgia
family is now generational
they invested
wealth.
in property in a restaurant and now it's, like, building. I think Georgia wants that in a club where it can, like, build and grow and she'll invest in that.
And have, like, respect out of business.
Yeah. You'll be a business person.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Should we go on? More news? Do you have more news?
I have
Should we
more.
Okay, keep going.
I think you probably saw this one, and if you didn't, I'm shocked if I break this to you, that Reece, that girl from America's Sweetheart,
I don't know anything about her.
She's the next Roxie Hart.
On for Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be fun. I mean, like, yay, but, like, oh my god. Okay. How many Roxie, well, what's her name? Roxies can we do?
They're gonna keep it going forever.
I'm done. I'm not gonna see her. Don't count on me.
What shocks she sing? Me that listen, I know nothing about this girl except for what you told me about her, like, 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah, her and her husband wanted to go to, like, Arkansas.
They wanted to move home, is what you told me. So I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I thought we were quitting the Cowboys cheerleaders because you wanted to move home, which is fine.
That was it. They were praying about it.
And then it's like, oh, JK, God led me to New York. Which, like,
I guess.
Just be so fucking for real.
I'm concerned about her husband. He doesn't seem like the most excited to be, not even, like, to watch her succeed, more of, like,
he's no Connor, like, Whitney's husband from Legalized Mormon Wives.
He just wants to be in Arkansas. That's, like, it. And that's
Which
fine.
Is fine.
That's fine. So put cameras on that relationship. I am interested.
I'm just very curious of how we got to New York City and Roxie Hart when we were praying to go home.
She was offered it, and then she said, God has given me this opportunity.
I prayed about it, and God told me I should go.
Well, no, the opportunity came, and she's like, oh, this is God. And he's like, yeah, God works in crazy ways. We got to go.
Well,
they
I don't
prayed
think he was
on
that
it.
Excited.
No, but if you pray on it, you got to do what God tells you, you know?
And God led me to New York City.
God did this. Shout out the Pope.
I feel like God is calling me to New York City sometimes.
Hey, if it's God, you can't turn that down.
Calling.
You're going to get to the gates of heaven and he'll be like, but I have to deny you because
you never answered the call to New York City.
I kept calling you. And what did you do?
The streets were calling and you hung up.
Yeah. This is going to get Reece a first class ticket into the gate, the pearly white gate.
Absolutely.
She listened.
You know what? I actually believe that more than some of the other things weirdo Christians do.
Yeah. I mean, how often, Meredith, have you prayed about it? Even any decision. How often have you prayed about it?
Just between the years of like 7th grade and senior year of high school, I pray about things.
You got free advice in the sky and you're turning it down. You're not going anywhere.
I never got an answer. So
God's going to make, you know what God's going to make you do? He's going to make you live forever in this hellhole called Earth.
Ugh.
I know. Damn.
All I'm saying,
you know what? God doesn't.
Real? Wait, really quick. If heaven's real, can God, I'm looking up, can God give me a TV with Bravo?
Do you not have one?
No, currently, but if heaven doesn't have one, that's going to be so sad. Like, I want to watch the Bravo show still.
You're going to watch live while it's happening. You're going to be able to look down and insert yourself. Yeah.
What if that's TV in heaven? You just get to tune in
live.
It's
It's just us.
Like, somebody's tuning in live right now.
Yeah. The most boring show on it. No, I'm just kidding. They're lucky to have this. But like, listen, you have to listen to God because sometimes God's telling you one thing and you're not listening. Like my grandma.
This is a bit, right?
Yeah, no, but this is real also. My grandma, she's really old and has dementia. And it sounds sad, but you gotta laugh about it. It's been a long time, okay? And she tells me every time I see her, she's like, I pray to God every day to let me die. And every time I look at her, I go, you must really piss God the fuck off because he's not letting you die, girl.
I'm dying.
And I was like, maybe if you start praying to live, he'll knock you out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, and I was like, and obviously you're not listening to him. You're praying on it and he's telling you, and you with your dementia keep forgetting what he tells you because you keep praying to die. I know she is. She's going to outlive us all. Let me tell you. She's not listening to God. But Reece,
no.
Reece,
God's not listening to her.
God doesn't have to listen to her. He's
saying
she's God. It's God. He's God. They're God.
It's God.
I don't like to put pronouns to God.
God wants Reece on as Roxie Hart in Chicago in New York City.
Hey, and if God drops 2 free tickets in my hand, I'll do that.
True.
But also, there's a chance that if God drops 2 free tickets in my hand, I'm going to sell them for a profit.
Oh,
ooh, God.
I also like that. See, God knows your intentions, so God wants to help you.
Be careful what you do, God, all right? You got to be specific with your instructions to me, because there's 2 ways this could go.
Non-refundable tickets. Non-transferable.
There's 2 ways. Whoa.
Name on a list.
Yeah, that would get me in. Front row seat, I'm in, God. Talk to me.
All right, God, I'm listening.
Reece is going to catch me sleeping in the front row if God sends me.
God. Wait, God listened to us.
Oh,
because
no.
This one I think you're going to love.
Jesus.
It's not confirmed, this is confirmed, but I don't know if the outcome is confirmed. Wes Wilson and Sophie Cunningham removed their podcast from their Instagram bios, so everybody's assuming that the podcast is dead. God's listening.
Oh, God is good sometimes. Ooh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I wonder, me nosy, I wonder if it was a network thing, or I wonder if it's they disagree on trans people thing, on trans rights in sports specifically for some reason. That's the issue. It's going to blow this podcast up.
Because
an issue that's not even an issue.
West consistently utilizes liberal topics, whether he believes in them or not, but he speaks out on them to gain traction with public and like get over his own indiscretions. And so I could fully see him really wanting to go to bat on this topic to help gain public support for him again. And if she wouldn't talk about it on the podcast, I could see that being podcast ending, because he like needs something like that, or he needs a big win in the liberal space to come back from what he just did.
Yeah. He's going to be like, I ended this podcast because I can't do it with the transphobe. Even though when we started the podcast, I knew she sucked as a person.
Correct.
But this
Too far.
trans women in sports is where I draw that line. She has been racist. She has supported things I have never supported. She has been awful. But an issue about a non-issue, that's where I draw that line.
That's it for me.
My God, the five trans players in like the whole NCAA. This is where that line is drawn. And you know what, Wes Wilson, draw a line.
Listen, his podcast was all like flailing, like, and he's like, "This is it. This is it. It's taking us down."
You know what? Draw the line somewhere, my guy. Somehow he's better to me than Sophie Cunningham. So
I agree with that.
Whether he believes the liberal ideologies or not, he speaks on them, so that's enough for me.
I just think he affects our spaces more than she does, if that makes sense.
No, she takes over my life, dude. I have a group chat.
I think you pay more attention to, obviously, to WNBA, so like she doesn't infiltrate my like world as much.
Yeah.
Not that she doesn't affect the world, because I think her harms are greater than his. His are like...
Agreed.
Him fucking Amanda actually doesn't matter, but his harms, I'll say, are discussed wider in my audience.
100. That's a good way to put it. Is her, she negatively affects wider people around the world, whereas the shit he does didn't actually hurt anyone except like really his close friends, Sierra.
Yeah.
Other
I
than
don't
that,
think he has care for the people in his life, which is like an issue. But it's not on as broad of a scale. Like, Sierra's life matters.
Yeah. I'm glad he cares.
I can't do anything about that, personally.
I'm glad he cares about us, though, because he affects us 0%, really. And that's nice, because I wouldn't want to waste my anger on him.
No.
I don't have time, honestly.
And I am still on this. Bravo is going to try really hard. I'm telling you all, watch. They're going to try to give him a comeback tour.
Never forget. I'll never forget.
I know it. They are going to try so hard to bring him back.
Then guess who we start bullying on the internet? Because our whole podcast, every day, the intro will be, welcome, this is also podcast. And remember, Wes Wilson fucking sucks. And don't you forget it.
If he comes back to our screens on any of our shows, absolutely, you can
That's
do
the
that
intro.
about every intro.
That's my new intro.
Yeah.
Aha. I can't wait. Because don't redeem him to me. I'm over it.
No.
I'm over it. We don't even need to get into it. Is that
That's
all your news?
Yeah.
Ooh,
do you have anything?
I got news. Did you see Katie DeLuca? the one missing cast member.
Hold on.
No.
When you said Katie, I got so excited that you were talking about Katie Maloney, and then you followed it up with DeLuca.
You gotta let me finish.
Okay, go.
Katie DeLuca did an interview.
Okay.
And talked about
nobody.
Because she's doing her press for In the City that she wasn't even in. She was the waitress at the third wedding, if you remember her. She basically was asked, the only part of this interview I've seen is she was asked about Amanda and Wes. And she said she found out literally like the day before the statement when she showed up at Amanda's.
Liar told you that.
Will you let me finish what she said, though?
Yeah, but keep going.
Because it gets worse. So she said she went over to Amanda's unannounced. She found out the day before the statement was released. And she told Amanda, this is a bad idea. And
whoa. Like she walked in on them?
No. Like, I think she went over to Amanda's, and Amanda's was, like, working on the statement and told Katie everything that was happening. And Katie was like,
oh, my God.
Whoa, I came over here for a totally different reason. But, like, thanks for having me. And Katie said, like, this is going to be really bad for you. And then it was. And then Katie also was like, I told her not to go to Italy with him, but she did anyway.
I do believe no matter what she knew, she told him not to go to Italy. Every person in your life would say, don't go to Italy.
Yeah, listen, honestly, I don't I don't know when stupid Katie DeLuca found out, but like, it's good on her to be like, hey man, don't do it.
I believe she knew before more than a day
She
before
says
the
she
statement.
asked Amanda because they were like, did you know before? Did you have an inkling? And she's like, yeah, I asked and Amanda lied. But I think it's one of those things where like you kind of know.
No,
but, like,
that is her best friend since 3rd grade. And West, Amanda, and Katie DeLuca's husband are in a group text together. You're never going to convince me that Katie didn't know at some point. Like, legit confirmed. I'm sorry, my best friend since 3rd grade knows every single thing about me constantly. Unending voice memos to that girl. She knows when I like a guy and I shouldn't.
But you don't have a secret that could destroy your life and your other friend's life. Would you actually tell her?
Like, Katie DeLuca wasn't on that show. Yeah, if my Katie DeLuca wasn't on the show the same way Katie DeLuca wasn't, yeah, she would know. Especially, again, we're in group text, we're actively hanging out, we're in the same city. Yeah, I think she would.
I just don't think...
Maybe she want to know how far it went or, like, all the levels, but, like, she would know that we kissed.
What I think is... Because Amanda sounds like a lazy fucking friend, dude. I don't think Amanda, like... I think she was like, oh, we're hanging out with Wes. And Katie, like, went. And I think she picked up on vibes and would be like, are you guys together? And Amanda would be like, no, we're just like fun friends. And I think Katie DeLuca like knew, but she's like, they're not confirming it.
Okay,
like I think she'd
outright say it
because if I'm living in the same city as my best friend, I could see y'all flirt. I get it, but like
Katie DeLuca saw more than the Summer House cast.
Yes,
saw because she was hanging out with them more, saying the same questions the Summer House cast was probably saying. Can tell even more than the Summer House cast can tell, but Amanda isn't outright saying we're together, we kissed, we slept together.
I think because how often can you bring it up to your best friend at that point?
Yeah,
you're like,
they're denying it.
Jesus
okay,
fuck, yeah.
You could convince me of that. But
I think she knew, but I don't think Amanda was like, hey, guess what?
Who I banged last night.
Yeah, I think like Katie picked up on it and probably told her husband and was like, dude, guess what I think.
I also don't live in the same city as my Katie DeLuca, so telling her stuff is less consequential because she doesn't have to deal with it's
also like
anything.
You think you have scenes that are gonna be in this new show with the cast that she's gonna hurt.
There's fallout.
You know what I mean?
Potentially, yeah.
Luckily, there wasn't because she wasn't on the show. They cut her.
Did you see that Katie DeLuca posted a whole recap Instagram? And she was like,
what
all
got
the
cut?
scenes.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, did you see Heated Rivalry casting and filming?
I can't believe they started filming.
We've started filming. Do you have any... A lot of people have issue with the casting.
I'm not someone who cares when it comes to casting as much because books give me a description and for some reason I literally ignore all of it and I come up with my own version. So like I already know I'm wrong. So like by the time I see it, I'm already off base anyways too.
I'm only sad because Harris is not supposed to be that attractive.
Okay, that is one thing
He's supposed to be kind of ugly. Not like ugly,
not
but like he's supposed to be like chubby. And the thing that
chunkier.
Harris can't get over is like he could never be with Troy because Troy is this hot professional hockey player and Harris is average. That's like his whole, that's why like I think if Harris was like also this hot rich hockey player, he would immediately be like, Troy's into me. But Harris is like, oh, he's just being nice because like he could never.
There.
Yeah, there's just, and it's not even that prominent. It's just like he could never. That's crazy.
It's like a normal skin. Like I don't want to use the term skinny or like fit or like, but it's like fit. Normal person, not this like you said, professional hockey player body, like this super it's sculpted like, person.
If I met Zac Efron and he flirted with me, I wouldn't be like, oh, he's into me because that's Zac Efron and I'm me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like
Troy was a good pick though. He's the
Troy
right amount of like
great.
He could be straight, could be
gay.
He
looks great. But like I need someone a little, and I'm gonna trust Jacob Tierney. I have no reason not to trust him. But I don't care that Harris isn't a redhead. I barely even care if he's like a little
redhead in the book.
Yeah, he's like a little redhead.
What is wrong with me? Every time your description is literally, I read it,
he's like on the cover of the book, a little redhead. He's got like a little red little beard guy. Yeah.
Wait,
That's
That is
okay.
not what I thought.
That's okay. That's okay. If something's in first person, I immediately become the main character. But these books were not, so I was able to like figure it out.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
point.
But
Interesting.
okay, that's my only thing with Harris, but I have no reason not to trust him.
I agree. Can you imagine right now Shane and Ilya kissing? I can't wait.
Someone put it was like, I'm okay because somewhere in Canada there's like a cute Texan man doing a Russian accent. And I was like, I could believe that. And now I gotta stay. God, do not take me yet. I gotta see season 2. Listen, God.
It's like Wicked. It's like Wicked all over again.
Listen here, God. What's the show?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind, go.
I keep telling people because I've heard Off Campus and Heated Rivalry is supposed to come out at the same time. And then people keep saying it's going to come out spring. And people are saying early spring, some of it. And I'm like, if they come out at the same time as March Madness, I have to quit my job.
I'm busy. Thank God I'm not dating. I don't have time.
Oh my God.
I'm looking to the future.
Not that I ever thought I was going to get on the market again, but like
No.
you're giving me a reason to never find a boyfriend.
I'm busy. March Madness would be great. You can't do that. Wait
No.
until mid-April, y'all.
Give me April.
Listen, I know you
I
don't
started
think...
panicking on Saturday. I'm not joking. At a social function, this one guy was like, "Why is this such a big deal?" And I was like, "I don't think you understand how much TV is my entire life."
Jacob, off campus, fine. I can push that. I agree. I can push that but Jacob Tierney, hear my roar. I know you don't think that the March Madness people overlap with the Heated Rivalry fans. That's wrong. That's wrong.
I'm trying to manage a women's and a men's tournament.
That's wrong. I have to pay attention to my bracket. And the thing is, I can't postpone March Madness. So you're going to get postponed, and I also can't have that. So please don't ruin my life.
The one good thing is that Heated Rivalry is weekly drops. It's not like it would all drop at once like an off-campus would. But that's what concerns me about off-campus. Is like something in some of these shows would just drop all at once, and I don't like to be left out of the conversation.
Same.
So I'm just not going to eat, sleep, or work. I guess that's my life.
If I got to drop fuck, marry, kill, I'm killing off-campus. Sorry. Oh, like you have the 3 shows.
I'm thinking
off campus, Heated Rivalry, March Madness. Well, I already will give up work. That's not hard enough. Off campus, Heated Rivalry, March Madness. Fuck, marry, kill. I'm killing off campus. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, I agree.
They all come out in March. You got to do it.
Yeah.
What's
happening? Weekend too. First
weekend.
What's happening?
March. Kill off campus.
I'm marrying March Madness.
Oh, I'm marrying Heated Rivalry. I'm fucking March Madness.
Yeah, I'm killing off campus.
Yeah, I think I'm opposite. I would marry Heated Rivalry and fuck March Madness.
Wait, it all comes out at once?
Yeah.
Oh, then
I have to give more time to Heated Rivalry. I have to work on my marriage.
If all 8 episodes dropped at once, Heated Rivalry. Yeah. If it's just one episode, I
got to work on my marriage.
Okay, yeah. That's tough.
I'll come back around on I'll come back around on March Madness, but
yeah,
I gotta prioritize my wife.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Speaking of off campus, actually, did you see that some of the actors are following some MAGA accounts out there?
No.
Ooh, okay.
Who?
The guy that plays Dean, who's a Canadian.
Steven something.
Who's a Canadian.
Interesting.
He's out here following Turning Point USA and shit. And then also the guy that plays John Tucker, the curly-headed guy that I cannot get over.
The one who dated Renee Rapp.
No. That's John Logan.
You're right. Sorry. I always forget.
John Tucker is the curly-headed weirdo that does not match in my books.
He was the one who was on that HBO show too. That
I don't know, freak. He's MAGA. Matter. But I will confirm that
I just can't.
The woman that plays Allie, Mika something.
Mika,
she is liberal. The guy that dated Renee Rapp and plays John Logan, he is liberal.
Okay.
And then the other ones were just kind of unsure. But I will say the girl that plays Hannah is British, so she's fine. We'll get over her.
She's
okay.
American, but she grew up in England, so yeah, I would not expect her to fully.
She's okay. She's fine.
No politics in America.
The other two we don't know, but I'm gonna believe the best.
I would be shocked if Belmont was Republican.
Yeah, but shout out John Logan. I know he fucked over Renee Rapp, and I'm not happy about it.
You can be like a shitty dating person without being a shitty person.
No. I'm not saying he's a shitty person.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm not happy about that. But those songs she wrote about him are bangers.
Epic. If
However,
they don't include that one song in his season, that like Why I Hate Boston or whatever, I'm gonna be so upset.
Oh, they should troll him the whole time. But I will say this, he's a musical guy, and that's a lot of gay people. So he had to be liberal. We're in safe spaces in musicals, you know what I mean?
I think he would have been sniffed out well in advance if he wasn't.
100%. Renee would have never dated him. But she dated him and then started dating women, which that's hilarious. Anyway, last thing I do want to discuss. Have you been following the Lindsay Clancy trial?
Alicia, I'm so happy you asked. Okay. Not in the way I should. I need to catch up on the next week because I actually did call my dad, lawyer of the podcast, about this and asked him if he had been listening to it, and he got kind of annoyed because he was like, ugh, your sister called me about this. And my sister's about to go on maternity leave, and I'm going to home next week, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for my sister to fill me in and then us to ask my dad about this.
Yes.
So you have?
I haven't been following it a lot, but I accidentally fell upon it, and I was like,
there's some crazy shit.
What is this? So I don't know off the top of my head a lot of details, but basically this woman is on trial for murdering her two children.
Yeah, definitely minimum 2, maybe 3.
Minimum 2 children. When her husband was out at CVS and picking up dinner, right? And so he came home and he found her thrown out the window, like she jumped and like so out of it because she took pills, and then he called 911 to save her.
Her neck was slit too.
Yeah, crazy. Some stuff. I'm giving high level of what I remember for sure, but he called 911 and he was like, oh my God, my wife fell out the window. She must have jumped. I don't know. And then he's like, where are the kids? And then he goes to the basement and finds the kids, and he's like, she fucking killed them. And so that was the end. Which, can I also say, if I'm walking in on this, my first thought is, who broke into my house and did this? My first thought is not like, the person also injured killed the children.
She was newly postpartum.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about that.
He knew she was having mental health issues. So, like, I think approaching that, I don't think I would assume maybe necessarily somebody broke in. If I knew somebody was under mental duress already.
How bad she was, I don't know. I'd be like...
No, like, she was bad and he knew it. Like, she should have been committed and they didn't commit her.
Yeah.
Like, but he knew that. So I'm saying you walk in somewhere where you know somebody should be committed.
No, I meant like if you saw how badly she was physically out the window, I would have been like, what?
I think
she couldn't have done that.
I'm going to say from what I know, I don't think I would assume somebody broke in. But yeah, okay, I want to pause because I've seen some creators 2 weeks ago saying people just want to defend a white woman and get her out of this and say it's not her fault. And I was like, oh, like that's something really to conceptualize and decide, like, do we just want to help white women because like we're so used to white women being the victim, like in society? And I was like, okay, I really need to think about that. But some of the evidence I'm seeing, I'm like really questioning this stuff. So I'm like trying to noodle between the two.
When I was first coming across this, a lot of people were like, okay, but even though they were saying, like, even though she killed the children, he knew she was very postpartum, very depressed. She was seeing psychiatrists.
Like, the system failed her.
Why did he leave her alone knowing this? Like, why wasn't he more all this stuff, right? But then as the evidence comes out, I'm like, why is he so guilty?
No. That's the thing that made me switch to be like, oh, I'm tuning in. Because at first, she admitted guilt in this. she has like come out and said she did it. And so the trial at first started out with, she did this. Was she mentally insane or not?
Mm-hmm.
So does she go to jail for the rest of her life, or does she go to a mental health institution or not? And then lately I've been seeing some evidence where I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know if she did this.
No, it's kind of crazy, because also let's talk about kind of how he's a bad husband, which doesn't prove he did anything. But proves that like he also should be held to some extent, because he is out here taking like boys trips. His wife is literally going through the ringer postpartum, and he's leaving for boys trips. He's helping her 0%. He also is already like moved into his mistresses.
Girlfriends. Yeah, he got a new job 2 months before this happened in New York.
In New York, he's moved in with this new woman who's apparently also a doctor and friends with people who are testifying.
No, it's weird. I don't understand all the details, and so like all this that I'm saying at least is alleged, because I have not fully verified any of it. But I am confused at what the fuck happened with her.
This is giving that Boston trial where it's like kind of corrupt.
Yes.
Because also the lawyer that Lacey Clancy has is a badass. He's out here trying to prove
I've
her
heard
innocent.
2 different things too. He did this pro bono, and I've heard that he's accepting money from her family, and then I've heard that he went from accepting money from her family to moving it to pro bono once he saw the evidence. But like, I don't know what's actually true, but if he's doing this pro bono, I'm like, let's
locked in. He's locked in.
So I will spend the next week locking in, because I know my sister's going to want to talk about this after giving birth to a baby. It's actually tragic to say, given the case. But my sister loves the law. Her and I both like thought about going to law school because my dad was a lawyer. That we like love seeing this stuff, and I think it gets us excited in a way of a life path we wanted to go down. So I cannot wait. I need to research this for her sake to lock in and talk with her, because I know she's going to enjoy it.
And, like, the people who are testifying, people are really pissed at these doctors who are like, oh, I don't remember.
No matter
that's
what
not
happens,
what I meant.
It's really highlighting, like, no matter who's at fault, on the, like, parents' sake of who killed these children, it's really highlighting postpartum issues and a lack of care. And, like, consideration.
Even from professionals. Because
professionals.
I will say the nurse that treated... The nurse that treated her knew her shit. She came in here and was like, I could tell you everything I did. Whereas, like, her literal psychiatrist was like, oh, I don't really remember. I didn't really look into it.
The notes that she actually took aren't matching what she submitted into the forms. And it's crazy to think that you're, like, then, like, honed in on, like, a drop-down menu. It's just showing how healthcare is for profit once again, and how risky that is when, even if the psychiatrist did everything right, how, like, she has to submit it on a drop-down form, and how impersonal that is, and how hard that is to track and care for someone in that way. It's so gross in, like, how we treat new moms in this world.
No, it's something has to change, because this lawyer is going to make sure that it does.
It's at least highlighted.
He's here to show us everything that's missing.
He's sassy as hell. Oh, that's a good lawyer. And half of being a lawyer is putting on a good show in a courtroom, and he's doing it.
He's doing it. And he's got the public backing, which I think is, like, so important.
And Alicia,
even if he doesn't win.
Yeah.
What?
He is not even in his side of the case yet. It is just the
prosecution.
The prosecutors doing their case. And I've heard a theory that he started this to say that she was insane and doesn't deserve, to go to jail.
That was originally it, yep.
And that's the original theory. But by the time he gets to his case, he's going to twist it and completely shift it by his ending arguments to that the husband actually did this, because the prosecution cannot say anything except for their closing arguments. So they can't present any evidence that the husband didn't do it. They're just constantly sowing seeds of doubt, which is the job of a defense attorney, but he's doing it in such a sneaky way. You don't usually do this so hidden, and so like,
because they're really not giving the husband a great alibi.
No, He's just pointing out little things to be like, that's weird, that's weird. And then when he presents his case, will he completely pivot it, or will he actually wait until the closing arguments where the prosecution can't even cross-examine that, like, all these other witnesses? Who knows?
This is where I want to be a juror, dude. This is it. These are my cases. Don't give me one where it's like big billionaire business versus small guy. You know, this is where I'm like, ooh, I just want to see the show. I can't wait.
I just find it fat because I do believe in justice and stuff like that, 100%. But unfortunately our justice system just is not like pure justice on like, you did something wrong, here's what you did bad. It is about putting on a show, and I do appreciate that. And I just find it fascinating how you sit and prepare and you get all these witnesses and you're combing through all this evidence. And
you have to assume what they're going to say and then have a rebuttal and be ready for it.
Fascinating.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's very, very, that's why lawyers are very smart a lot of the time. I mean, they have to look at a lot. Yeah.
When you see one at their prime, it is incredible. Like a trial attorney is something different.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's really good.
So, I'm gonna look into this more. So 2 weeks continued.
Okay, should we move on?
Yes. Have you been reading anything?
Oh, I read, remember that book about the Red Rising book that I told you about last week?
People on Mars who are building the world. The main guy's wife was killed.
Yeah.
He learns that there are people living on Mars. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then he basically has to do like the Hunger Games to win, and he won a spot with his...
Oh, I don't think I remember that, but yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he goes to this institution where he has to win basically like the Hunger Games.
Oh my God.
Because they're all murdering each other. And then he ends up winning, basically. And he decides to take a spot in like the court of his wife's killer. Who's like the Gold, who said... killer, for singing that song. And then it's also his girlfriend's dad and his like rival's dad, because they're twins.
So he has a new girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like a fish, because he like can't really move on past his wife, but they're hooking up. They're getting it.
Okay.
Yeah. I read the second book, which I think is called Golden Sun, S-O-N. Golden, because he's a sun now.
Okay.
He's a gold color. He's sun, because the color system. And yeah, it was crazy. He starts out doing his thing with his arch governor that he serves, and then he's kind of in a blood feud with this other family where he killed one of the sons in the school in the Hunger Games. And so they're out to get him, but they can't kill him because of this arch governor, because that would cause a huge blood feud, okay?
Oh, wow.
So they're just torturing him. But then his arch governor is like, hey, his name's Augustus. Augustus is like, hey, you're more trouble than you're worth. So in like 3 weeks, we're going to get rid of you, and then you're on your own. So everyone's like, he's going to die in 3 days,
Holy
whatever.
Shit.
Yeah. But then he comes up with his own plan to basically like, he starts the blood feud with the other family. He basically battles them to a duel, and he's like, let's go. And then they duel, and he almost wins, but he spares the son's life or whatever, who was his former friend in the school before he found out he killed his brother. It was a big thing. Doesn't matter.
There's so many layers to this book.
That's why it's really hard to explain, and why you should still read it, because I'm not doing it justice.
But I understand how last time we recorded you said that there were so many names, and you're saying so many people without names, obviously, and like totally rightfully so. But I'm like, damn, this is a lot of people to keep track of.
I know. So now Augustus, his arch governor, is like, actually, we're not going to get rid of you, because we're in a blood feud, and we're gonna become the sovereigns. We're gonna become the rulers. That's what he wants.
We need you.
He sees power, and he's like, this guy can get me to fucking power.
So now
he
can be a tool.
But this was all the main guy, Darrow. This was all his plan, because he's like, how am I gonna save my life? I'm gonna start a civil war between all these rich people. Yeah, no, amazing. So then basically they're in this civil war. Darrow is reunited with his old girlfriend Mustang, who was like, hey man, this is what happened. So Darrow and Mustang got together, and then Darrow was like, I'm gonna work for your dad. And Mustang, that's her nickname, by the way, her name's Veronica or something, but she goes by Mustang. And then so he was like, hey, I'm going to go work for your dad. And she was like, no, my dad's an evil guy. Don't do it. And he's like, I'm going to do it. And she's like, you're power hungry. Fuck you kind of thing. But now she's working for the Sovereign, the one that the dad wants to take down. So now Darrow has to be like, hey, girl, what's up? You know, I'm back in your life.
God.
And then they also have, there's a brother. Mustang has a brother nicknamed the Jackal. The Jackal's crazy. He's evil. He's awful. But he tells Darrow, he's like, hey, man, I like what you're doing. We're going to be allies. And Darrow is immediately suspicious, but he's like, I don't have a lot of others, because he actually isn't on Team Augustus. He's working below with the Sons of Ares, who's this like rebellion group. Remember?
Whoa.
Do you remember that from the first book? Yeah.
Yes. But it's like, does the main guy know that?
Darrow.
No, but like, sorry, does the brother know?
No one knows that Darrow is not actually gold, that he's from the Mars mines, and he was taken out by this rebellion group. So he's playing like a triple game. There's a lot of layers when I tell you.
So many things. He's just lying to everybody.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, but it's so many stories to keep straight, so many rivals.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. The Sovereign that we're trying to take down has teamed up with Darrow's best friend's dad. So Darrow's got a best friend. His name's Severo.
When you say best friends, now we're talking when he's a gold and like went through all of that stuff,
Bestie
right? It's like
gold.
All new people. Yes. It's not the Reds, right?
Right. These are all gold. I'll tell you when we go back to the Reds, because wow. Okay, but Severo is Darrow's best friend. But Severo went to Pluto, so he's gone for a little bit. But then Darrow goes to the Sovereign, and then Severo's dad's there, and he's like, hey man, what the fuck are you doing here? And the dad is like, hey man, you shouldn't go against the Sovereign. That's crazy. But then Darrow's like, I'm gonna go against the Sovereign anyway. And so then he saves his friends from like an attack. It's this big thing. And then his best friend Severo comes by. And then he also has these other friends, right, who come in later. He's got Roke. Okay. Roke is someone he met at the school, the academy, whatever, the institute. If you believe it, the institute and the academy are two different things.
Oh, of course they are.
Yeah, so he met Roke at the institute, but he keeps everyone kind of at an arm's distance because he's like, I'm not actually like really supposed to be here. But Roke, that really pisses Roke off. And then he has, I think her name's Victra or something like that. I don't know. And she's always angry, and they want you to think she's the bad guy, but I really like her because she's very blunt. And then we'll just go through it. He's got Mustang, that's his girlfriend. Jackal, evil, Mustang's brother, but an ally. Severo, bestie. And then Cassius is the guy he has a blood feud with because he killed Cassius' brother.
Okay.
But Cassius and him were friends. And then Cassius found out. Yeah, Cassius found out, so he's on the other side. So that's all like very important. Okay, so whatever. He saves all his friends, and he's like, hey, we're in a civil war, everyone. So now they're coming up with plans and civil wars, and Mustang betrays the Sovereign to go help her family, because she's like, at the end of the day, this is my dad. Yeah. Daddy issues, you know what I mean? And the dad is like, we're going to take over the world. So they're doing this whole war. It's not important. Darrow also makes another friend of a lower color named like Ragnar or something like that. But he really likes Ragnar. And because Darrow's a red, he doesn't really see color. He doesn't see race. If you know what I mean. Stick with me.
He's inclined to be like to persecute these people just because of their classes.
So that's his other friend. So one day Severo is like, hey man, you got to be honest with me. And Darrow's like, what are you talking about? And Severo's like, if you lie to me, if you don't tell me right now, I'm going to leave. And Darrow's like, do you know? And Severo's like, I swear to God, you better fucking say it or I'm going to leave. So Darrow takes a chance and he's like, I'm a red. And Severo's like, I know, because the Sons of Ares came to me and that's the only fucking reason I'm here, to save your ass. So like we're together. So those are real life besties. So Severo's the only one that knows like what we're actually fighting for. And he's in. Because he's crazy, but he's my favorite character. So whatever, they're doing this whole civil war. Darrow and Mustang are like feeling it out, but Darrow's doing this whole thing where he's like, I can't let go of my wife who's dead. But like, I get it, dude. You have to murder your own wife. It's the craziest thing.
I was gonna say, like, she died in a tragic way.
Yeah, and he's doing all this for his dead wife. She started the rebellion.
So it's like she's always on his mind.
Yeah, and so that's happening, and then him and Roke are like kind of riffing because Roke's like, why do you keep me at an arm's distance? We're brothers. And, you know, Darrow's kind of like, I don't know, you know, I'm just here. So whatever. So they're doing the fight. Just when you think one of the battles they're going to win, a big bomb explodes. They all almost die. They're getting captured.
Damn.
It's like you can't have a moment's rest. But it's okay. Because at the end of the day, he's alive. All of his friends are alive. Well, most of his friends. Some of the B characters do die. He's one of those martyrs where he's like, all their deaths are on me or whatever. But he wakes up after his coma or something, and he's like, you know what? I gotta love Mustang because you never know when the last day is gonna happen or whatever, you know?
Okay.
So he then is like, Mustang, to let you want to be fully let in? And she's like, yeah. So he takes her to the underground of Mars.
No.
Yeah.
He tells her?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I skipped something. Let me go back.
Okay.
The big bomb explodes.
Yes.
We're all... Okay, right before that happened, Darrow was captured by the Sovereign and her pack of dogs. And he was gonna die, for sure. And they were gonna make Sevro's dad, the best friend's dad, do it. And then at the last minute, the best friend's dad was like, why you always gotta fuck everything up, Darrow? And he's Ares. He's the guy. He's running the rebellion, this guy. The dad. That's why Sevro was so like, I'm in, dude. That's fun. Yeah. But no one knew no one knew until now. So we got that. So now he's like, I'm going to tell
Mustang. But he clearly doesn't kill him. He gets him out of it?
Yeah, we get out.
Okay.
We get out.
Okay.
We're out. So, yeah, Darrow's like, I gotta let Mustang in. I gotta take her underground to the Red Mines or whatever. Which everyone's like, this is a bad idea. And he's like, no. I'm gonna, like, do it. Because the only people that know
are... a good idea. That's what I'm saying.
The only people that know are, like, the Sons of Ares.
Yep, who are already in the rebellion. So it's like, clearly they have, like, stake in this game.
Yeah. Sevro, who's the best friend, and then that Ragnar guy was told, and he like
because he was a different class.
Yeah, he pled his life to Darrow, right? So he's like, I'm gonna tell Mustang, and Mustang's like, the fuck are we doing in the mines? And Darrow's like, here's my old family home, and he basically gives her like a video of him being like, of him as a red and then being changed and stuff. And is like, meet me inside when you move on. And then he talks to his... Why do I feel
like she's gonna betray him?
Okay, he talks to his mom, because she's in there. And he's like, hey, it's your son. I didn't actually die. I'm here. And she's like, whoa. But mom's not like totally happy that he's doing this. But she's like, because she's kind of like, listen, even if you set us free, the only things we know are the mines. So like the chances of us like not leaving... are high. Like we might
like how much can this really impact our world?
Yeah, or are you just killing everyone and you're gonna like get us killed too? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
But his mom's like, love ya, whatever. So then when Darrow walks outside, Mustang's gone, and he's like,
she escaped.
Yeah, and Sevro had eyes on her and was like, should I kill her? And Darrow was like, no, don't kill her. And I was like, kill her, but 100%. Also not. But so her tracker is like going to space, and he's like, I'm fucked. But then as he's walking away, the gun is pointed.
Wait. Do these people all have trackers on each other?
No, they just tracked her because Sevro was like, I'm suspicious.
Slight risk here if we're telling her sensitive
the best
information.
Best friend doesn't have, he has trust
Love
issues.
It. Clock that.
So then, as Darrow's like walking out of there, guns pointed at his head. And Mustang's like, the fuck is this, dude? And he's like, but your tracker. And she's like, I knew I was being tracked. I'm not an idiot. And I was like, damn, she's like kind of badass. I gotta be honest.
Like that.
As soon as she did that, I was like, she's not gonna betray him. She's awesome, right? But... So she basically, like, then his friends come out, Sevro and Ragnar or whatever, and they're like, don't kill him or we kill you. And she's like, this is fucking nuts. Don't talk to me ever again, weirdo. And she, like, leaves. And he's like, oh, now I'm heartbroken. I've lost 2 of the loves of my life. Whatever. But it's okay because they won the Civil War, and now he's going to be, like, presented. Yeah, he's going to be presented in front of everyone with this mask thing. He's like, oh, like, the mask. Doesn't that sound fun? And you know who's going to give him the mask? His good friend Roke, who he tried to make things better with. But Roke was like, hey, man, you always got shit you're being pulled to. When you got 10 minutes, let me know, you know? Because he did fuck over Roke a little. But it's fine. So he's like, he's going to be presented, but he's like, where the fuck is Mustang? And then he's also like, you know what's weird is Severo's dad, Ares, isn't like here either. And then
Did they die?
Well, Severo's like, I'm going to go find him. And Ragnar's like, I'll go with. So yeah, he's like... Daro's like, okay, great, whatever. So then he's being presented. Everyone's there. The Jackal, Augustus, you know, Roke is presenting this mask. And then at the last minute, Roke is like, here's the mask. Opens it. It's Ares' head. And he's like, Daro's like, oh my God. But then he feels a prick and Roke poisoned him. Right? So he's like, falling to the ground. No, he's awake he's watching, right?
No, but like, he's like incapacitated.
He's watching, but he's out. Yeah, he's incapacitated. And then Augustus is like, what the fuck? And the Jackal kills his dad and is like, you wanted Daro to be the son that you never had, but guess what, bitch? I'm your son. Ha ha ha.
Actually?
Yeah, the Jackal's always been Augustus's son. Mustang and the Jackal.
Oh, yes,
their brother, sister.
Yes.
But the Jackal's kind of a freak, so the dad was always like, you're not really it. And so now the Jackal's like, guess what? You got one son. And he's like, and the only reason we haven't killed Daro is because we're going to turn him into the sovereign. And then guess who comes down is that weirdo Cassius. He's like, time to collect. And they start shooting everyone who's not on their team. They're killing everyone. This poor Victra girl. Oh, she's gonna die. She's got bullets in her back now.
We just ended a civil war, and you're gonna do this.
Whoa, it's crazy. And so Daro's watching all this, and Roke basically stands over him and is like, this is what Roke said. Roke goes, because Daro's sitting there, he's like, I thought we were brothers. And Roke is like, we'll never be brothers. I'm a gold and you're a red. So they found out. But I don't know how. And now I gotta wait 3 weeks to find out at the library.
Okay, so how many books are in this series?
Okay, it was originally a trilogy, but the author got greedy and now it's 5 books.
Oh, okay, so are all 5 out, or?
I think so.
Okay.
I think there's 5 out. Yeah, so I don't know. I think everyone wants us to think that it's Mustang. I don't think Mustang betrayed him.
Jackal.
Yeah, I just think she's mad. I don't think she betrayed him. I think that's too obvious. You know what I think? I think the mom told on him. I think his own mother was like, he's doing something fucked up.
No, that's so mean.
Mm-hmm. But I can't believe it's Severo. If it's Severo, I'm gonna die. He's my favorite character. I'm glad he's not there to witness this. He's got better things to do. But yeah, all of like the loyal people like get shot.
Okay, but what if they put a tracker on any of the people who already knew whenever they went down to the red side?
Well, they knew he was going to the red side. He can go there.
Okay. That's not sketchy.
No, he was there. Okay. That was fine. People knew. Everyone knew he was there. Mustang wasn't weirded out. She was more like, why are we going to a place you're calling your house? That was more crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. They knew he was going underground.
Yeah.
He's the face of the rebellion, you know? But the fact that they found out about the Sons of Ares, too, that's, like, not good.
That's brutal.
There's also a possibility someone in the Sons of Ares turned him in. Yeah. We don't know. But now I'll never know for 3 weeks. Isn't that crazy?
To be continued.
You believe my boss told me to read this and then expected me to work the next day? This is crazy.
We're quitting our jobs for so many reasons.
I hate it here. Anyway, let's get to watching.
Okay, can we please talk about Below Deck?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we didn't get time to talk about it last week.
Yeah.
And Alicia, there's like so much happening in this season.
Where do you want to start?
Can we start with the cum sheets?
Why? Disgusting. She should have just watched them.
I need to know what you think about Luke, Jen, and what's her name? Joy's love triangle.
It's so fucking weird. We've seen this 1,000 times, okay? Yeah. He's just not that into you, but she wants him to be into him, so she puts out, and then he's really not that into you.
That's the thing, is he was fine just taking sex for a night, but he wanted nothing more. He wanted just sex for a night.
Yeah, and also he like told her, but he's also bad at telling her. And then she was like,
he's so at fault for not saying
100%.
clear words. But she also she loves to read into things to center herself or make herself happy. She was like, we're done with the love triangle. And he was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God, exactly. We're on the same page. And he was like,
yeah,
no.
I don't love her as a person or as a character.
Me neither.
So it's hard for me to feel bad for her in this scenario. She did get used for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, she got used. He quit his job. That's all karma for the cum sheets.
Okay, him quitting
was crazy.
So he could evade responsibility on coming on his boss's sheets is crazy.
Because it was disgusting. But also, Nathan can hold a grudge. That's his like worst trait for sure.
Yeah.
And he's like out to get you. So
also,
I understand
there were,
it.
So many opportunities to just clean those sheets. It didn't have to go on as long as it did.
Dude, all you have to do is be like, because Nathan wasn't staying there. He literally just
had to
strip
take him
the
off
bed,
and throw him into the laundry.
Even
room.
if the laundry's busy, just strip the bed. And then when Nathan's like, what happened to my bed? Be like, dude, I'm so sorry I had sex on your sheets. Like, I'm washing them.
You didn't even have to explain that. Like, take both of your sheets off and just say, I decided I was going to clean our sheets. Give our room a refresh. Anything.
It is so easy. Even Jen, while that happened, was like, oh my God, you came on your boss's sheets. Then
was like, give them to me. I will clean them. That's my job on this boat. Just give them to me.
Well, I would have, if I was her, just strip them too.
I also agree.
She's also at fault.
That was weird to like leave.
Because
in the moment, they are both at fault for not just stripping the bed immediately. Every day after is on Luke, in my opinion.
I think it's
for him to get them off. It's on him to get them off.
It's on him to get them off, and it's on both of them to just tell Nathan.
Just do it. Yeah.
You could just say to Nathan, be like, hey man, this is so disgusting and terrible.
Because it's not like it's his like home. Like he doesn't actually care about this bed.
No, don't lay in those sheets. That's all you really had to tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That was disgusting.
Jen drives me nuts. She is so entitled and thinks she's above people just for the fact that she has had a job, not because she's actually good at it or has any skills to be that level. She walked in, assumed she'd be second stew, and is pissed that she wasn't just given it because of some things on a piece of paper.
My favorite was this, if you want to encompass Jen in one moment, was this past episode.
This week's episode, when so bad for her.
She was like, I missed when your chief stew would yell at you for like breaking a glass. And literally this other girl, Kat, was like, that's so toxic though. And Jen was like, yeah, but that's what you're supposed to do. And I was like, girl, no.
That told me she just wants to scream and yell at, is the other girl's name Kaylee, the one who is like interim chief stew? She just wants to be able to scream and yell at Kaylee and get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's how she was treated, and that's terrible if that's how you were treated. But, like, you at the moment probably knew that's not how people should be treated. And I'm sorry it happened to you, but, like, also, there's no need to be like this. Yeah, Jen drives me nuts.
It baffles me that she thinks she would be a good chief stew. Because there's nothing I've seen that I'm like, oh, yeah, like, I don't get how Aisha didn't pick you to be second stew.
Well, yeah, the other thing is Aisha even said, like, what Jen doesn't get is the chief or the second stew position. You also have to, like, connect with the guests and the rest of the crew, and she's just not doing that.
And I think that's, like, what is going to be a pitfall in her life in general.
Yeah.
Is, like, she can't actually connect with Luke and understand where Luke was at in his own mind. Like, she just assumes, like, she's the first choice always. And when she's not, she gets angry. And so it's, like, in the chief stew position, in the romantic life, with friends, like, she's not the number one, but she doesn't know how to actually get herself into that spot.
Yeah.
For the right reasons.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not great for Jen.
No. And then the rest of the boat is downhill as we've got Nathan out. Aisha has to be on deck. They even have the chef dropping anchor this last week with everybody helping dock this boat. I was cracking up and I was like, this is kind of scary.
Can I tell you though? I've watched all of these seasons and I, going in the season, hated Joe. I was like, don't bring him back. However, Nathan has really been bad this season.
Yeah.
Not only as a bosun, but like as a person.
Can I ask you about that? Because I stopped watching Med when...
Oh, okay, yeah.
What was that Chief Stew's... Hannah was removed. I think that was the season during COVID. That is when I stopped watching Med because I was so angry about that. So I don't actually know Nathan, Joe, Gail's history.
Okay, well, they were all deckhands together. Joe was the bosun. And...
Joe was the bosun.
Joe was the bosun. Or no, sorry. Joe was lead deckhand. Sorry.
Okay.
He was lead deckhand. And then Nathan and Gail. And then there was a bosun. Basically, though, the three of them kind of became very close, obviously working on deck. Yeah. Gail had a boyfriend at the time, but her and Nathan were just like chemistry. And Gail and her boyfriend were doing the thing where they were both on separate ships. And so it was hard to, whatever.
Communicate, yeah.
And then Nathan... And, like, Gail and her boyfriend broke up, and then Nathan and Gail started the thing. Well, she almost cheated on her boyfriend, but, in the same season.
Yeah. Sorry. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Gail almost cheated on her boyfriend. That's not important. But basically, Nathan and Joe, best friends off the bat. Nathan then starts hanging out more with Gail because he likes Gail a lot. And I think that caused issue between like Joe and Gail. And Joe also made a few comments to Gail that like could come across as a little sexist for sure. And Gail didn't like that because you're already in like a boys club on deck.
Yeah, definitely.
And then at one point he even called her like a princess and she was like, you're a prick. And like she was genuinely upset and Nathan was really caught in the middle. But at the end of the day, he did choose Gail. He was like, I love this girl, like whatever. So then Nathan and Gail date for a while. They end up breaking up, though, shortly after the show. Nathan says it was because they were just in different places. Like, Gail's Australian, he's Irish, like, located differently.
Yeah.
Gail said it was because Nathan rekindled with an old girlfriend and dumped her. So, like, we don't really know. But Joe and Nathan had some issues. Also happening on this charter, Joe was in a love triangle where he kind of used both girls, pit them against each other. Yeah, they referenced
that this season for sure.
Well, here's the thing. What? There's another season where we come back to Below Deck Med.
The one that you just described with those three, that's was the first seasons ago.
I think.
Ish. At least there's some distance.
That was their first season together. That was the first time we saw Gail, Nathan, and Joe.
And then now what you're about to say is on
their second season together. Yes.
Okay.
We come back. Nathan is now the bosun.
Okay.
And I forget if he comes and fills in later or like if he starts there, but Joe is a deckhand.
Okay.
Right? And Nathan and Gail are not together. So Nathan and Joe, besties again. Yay. Joe then ends up in another love triangle where he kind of pits the girls against each other. It's like this is why I didn't like Joe, because he also has no empathy towards these girls. And his sob story is always like, well, I'm just doing me. Like they're making my life hard.
For a little bit. Like we're just here to have fun. Yeah. Gross.
Like he's telling these girls. So he did it twice. So that's Nathan also gets kind of annoyed, and so does Aisha, because they're like, this is causing issues amongst our boat. Because Aisha's chief stew, and then the deckhands kind of go down. So we need a replacement. So Gail comes in as a replacement for one charter only.
And her and Nathan are not together.
Her and Nathan are not together, but they're like cool. They're like fine.
Okay.
But her and Joe are like not okay.
Okay.
They don't like each other. Joe thinks that Gail is like manipulating Nathan and like that's the reason him and Nathan aren't friends. Gail doesn't like the way that Joe acts with women and doesn't like that Nathan then kind of acts that way around when Joe's there. So they just a beef. But Gail shows up. Nathan's like very nervous, very excited because the whole season he's been telling us how he loves Gail and he wishes he could win her back. And now like she's here. And so like what in the producing happened there. And so he obviously is like begging Gail to get back with him this whole charter. Joe is like super annoyed. Yeah. And Gail's kind of like, but how do I know you're not going to leave me again? Like, you can't just say things. Like, you have to prove them. And she's like, she has this really heartbreaking scene where she's sobbing and she's like, I'm really hurt. Like, I don't believe you. And like, you broke me. And like, she just looks so, it was so sad.
Oh my gosh.
It was like heartbreaking. Anyway, so Nathan though is like, I'm going to prove to Gail, I'm going to do it, blah, blah, blah. Joe is still in this like love triangle, and then another stew comes on and he picks that stew over the two girls. It's like the craziest thing. Oh my
god.
So Nathan ends up getting really mad and is like, you need to fucking stop, and like has words with Joe, and Joe's kind of like, hey man, I'm Joe.
Just fine. It's no big deal.
A boy. Yeah. But then it all happens because Gail came on deck, so Joe blames Gail, this whole thing, whatever.
Because he assumes that Gail is the one pushing Nathan to confront him, and that Nathan would have no problem with what Joe is doing if Gail wasn't there.
It's more like Gail's just like, oh, Joe is slimy, and then Nathan's like, you're right, you know?
Yeah,
and
like parroting what she's saying.
So Gail leaves after the one charter. Nathan is like, I'm
just there for one charter?
One charter. But it's like towards the end. So he's like, Nathan's like, I'm going to prove it. Him and Joe do not end on good terms. And then we end the season with a scene of Nathan, Gail, and their son, and Nathan leaving for this Croatia, this current season of Below Deck Med. That's how
up.
The last season's like last 5 minutes are like Nathan being like, I gotta pack my bags. Oh no. And Gail comes out and she's like, say goodbye to dad. And like, cause in this season, Gail and her son are very close by in Croatia.
Oh my God.
But in current time,
yeah, it's
Gail
always
and
filmed
Nathan,
like a year in advance. So by the time it's airing, they were filming the next season.
But Gail and Nathan are like not together right now. So
which is so insane.
So if you ask me, so I saw someone though make a comment was like, are we not going to talk about how Nathan baby trapped her? And I was like, oh shit.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing online.
But as we talk about Nathan and Gail, I have to say Nathan is really not a good person on this season. He had me.
On all fronts too.
But here's the thing: your beef with Joe, you're the bosun. You got to get over it. You cannot have this petty shit. This is ridiculous.
You can't come into the season with that drama and hold it to him, because I'm glad Sandy was like, no, you need to rethink who's going to be your lead deckhand, because he's the right one for the actual job. Joe isn't doing anything to bring in the drama from previous seasons.
No. And I
even
don't
when he spoke about Gail, he was just saying like informing other people that him and Gail don't get along. And that's fine.
We don't get along. And I even think the way Nathan presents Joe to Gail is like fucking up the story, because he's like, Joe is like gonna ruin everything, and Gail's like, oh, you can't let him do that. And I'm like, she's not even fucking
because everything
seeing it.
You said, you didn't say anything was an issue when it came to being on deck in the previous seasons. Like literally they were always able to work, and Joe's like a really good
deckhand. He's just a terrible guy to have on board if you got single girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the social dynamics.
Yeah. And you even see Aisha, she's like, Jesus, I got to keep my stews away from this guy. Like, she's like, I can't, because it's happened twice to her. Where
100%,
like, they
100%.
beef to the point that Aisha has to be like, okay, but we're not beefing.
Not that it's okay, but I'm just going to say the social dynamics getting messy do give a good show. So I also think Aisha is probably like, okay, not great for the 6 weeks I'm there, somewhat good for the show.
It's like during charter, she has to be like, can we please like pause?
Focus.
You guys, I'm like really trying to do laundry. Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, so yes, Nathan to me this season is so petty and so unlikable, and he thinks he's like, yeah. And so here's the other thing: this guy Max, who's coming next episode. You don't know Max, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, Max was on I think on the last season when Nathan was the bosun.
Yeah, before Gail came.
Okay. The way Nathan speaks as a bosun also really bothers me, because he will call you names, he will belittle you as your boss.
Yeah,
and
he got mad at Cooper and Joe for literally like giggling, and he was like, "If you're gonna do that and give looks, say it out loud." And it's like, it's not that serious. We're just like having a moment.
Yeah, he gets very mad, but to Max specifically, he was like, "What are you doing? Like numb nuts." Like he was like that kind of guy where he was like calling you names and like calling you stupid. And I think Max ended up leaving, or he got fired or something, but now he's back.
Interesting to see how he'll act with Joe being interim bosun.
I am like freaking, because Max and Joe got along, because Joe wasn't in a position of leadership. Max is now back, and what it showed in the next episode was that Nathan's going to text Max about taking down Joe.
Yes, where he said, I will make you my lead deckhand if you have loyalty to me. Nathan's gonna
a psychopath.
Piss me the fuck off.
I'm so glad Gail's not dating him, which is crazy because this was like my below deck couple.
But they have a child together, so like she is linked to him.
Yeah, forever. But like,
no, that's gonna get insane because also just where we're at, I didn't fully expect Nathan to come back in a real capacity because he has like a
herniated disc or something.
Yeah,
a
like
bruised
this is
disc.
serious. And you know what? It has been really fun to see Joe and Kaylee like rise to the occasion of being forced into a higher position. Like that is an interesting dynamic we don't always see. But then like to see Nathan trying to sabotage anything happening on the boat. Meanwhile, they're like, yeah, we'll split our tips with Nathan. I'm like, fuck you.
No. And then also, I love Kaylee. She is the first girl to look at Joe and be like, we're just having fun. And then he tries to test her and she's like, we should pause things. Because he tried to test her and I was like, you're a psychopath, dude. This is why I don't like Joe, though, because he does this shit where he'll like, these love triangles were crazy, but he would like start talking to one girl, she would get too attached, so he'd move on to the other stew, and then she would get too attached and he'd move to the first stew, but then like would then go talk to a separate girl and be like, both of you knew we weren't that serious. But like it was crazy.
I'm excited that nobody else is gonna play ball with him because Kat won't, like obviously Aisha won't. I don't think he's into Jen. Like, I don't think he's willing to play ball with Jen.
Also, Kat and Cooper, weird.
Them going into that one section and whispering, I was like, shout out to production for getting that on the mics, wherever the fuck those mics are.
Cooper's like, hey, I don't want anyone to know we're hooking up, so should we do it in secret? Yeah.
When in reality, he did not want anything further, but he's being such a little bitch that he can't just confront her. Instead, he sits down with her at their beach day and it's like, we're just friends, right? That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, we're homies.
Get the fuck out of here.
But
and you're going to get in the privacy of that little cabin area and you're going to say, it's just the pressure of everybody knowing. Listen, I get that because I spook easily whenever other people are talking about it. I understand that it adds drama when other people are asking all these questions. But just say, I can't do this because I don't want everybody talking about it instead of, let's just keep doing this in secret.
Also, nothing's a secret on a fucking boat, you moron.
Have
I know
5 inches, if that, of privacy.
I know you're so green, but you're out of your mind.
How are you that green, though?
You're out of your mind, dude.
This is like college. Like, everybody knows every movement.
Yeah. And then next episode, Jen makes a comment to Kat saying, I should have just went for Cooper.
No,
this girl's
Kat
nuts.
has been on Jen's side. Whenever Kat looked at Jen and said, girl, you need to change your fucking attitude, I said, thank God Kat's finally being real with her. But still, like, Kat has been helping you navigate Kaylee and Aisha correctly.
She's your only friend, dude, yeah.
And you're gonna burn her for that?
Like that? You're gonna say he would have chosen me over you? Like that? That's crazy shit.
Also, I have this inkling Luke is coming back. I just feel like he's still out there somehow, and it just like is sitting.
Is he going to come back as a deckhand, or is he just going to come back for like a day and like meet up with the crew?
I feel like deckhand, if they don't get Nathan fully back, they still are down one.
Yeah, but they got Max. You don't know Max, dude.
I don't
Max
know.
the French man?
I'm like, get Aisha back inside because poor girl is running around just trying to help.
You know what's the best though is there's like zero kitchen drama.
I really like Joy. There's like drama with her. Like she's very stern. She likes things a certain way without being really toxic. And like she has like the interpersonal drama with Luke, obviously. And she was so excited to help on deck. Like she's still a character. She's not boring. But there is an issue.
She's not like a rude, toxic chef. She's not Chef Ben by any means. No. My God. He was really bothering me.
The camera angle just straight down of her cooking because that galley is tiny.
Yeah, she's in a tiny little galley, but she's doing work, dude. She's doing work.
Impressed by her.
No, she's lovely. I really like Joy. I like
too.
Kat. I love Aisha. I'll never understand the Aisha hate, dude. She's always been my favorite.
Who hates her?
Online, people just say, like, hate Aisha.
She, I think I've said this, that in my personal life, she's a little too peppy for me to be, like, close friends with. She's just not my vibe in that capacity. But, like, I love watching her on the screen. She's so passionate about it. It makes me think, should I sign up to go be a yachty?
Yeah, she's amazing. No, there was, and it was in one of the past seasons, either last season or the season before, but they all go out to, like, this day party, and they're all, the whole ship is, like, coupled up, except the chef at the time who, like, just couldn't get a girl, and Aisha, whose fiance was, like, not there. Yeah. And when I tell you, she was so drunk, surrounded by couples making out, and she is dancing like a goblin. She is the least attractive person dancing, and she, in her interview, she's like, I'm having a blast. What do you mean people are making out? She is so just like dancing by herself. I'll send you the clip if I find it.
I love it.
She's my favorite forever. Nathan, really, I went into the season being like, I love Nathan, hate Joe, and I am opposite right now.
Interesting, the 180, because yeah, like, I mean, obviously the story told us that the beef that was going on, and they gave us a little bit, and I saw the misogyny with Joe, but I love Joe, and I'm really excited to see him get the opportunity to really work, because right before Nathan's, like, injury, when the boys were saying, the other deckhands, we should do it this way, I think this way would be better, and Nathan was being so rude to them, I was like, whoa, like, clearly they know what they're doing, or have been doing this for a while, like, just let them be, why micromanage them?
I also really love Gail, and, like, a part of me always has wondered if, like, it wasn't for Nathan, would Gail and Joe have just been, like, best friends?
Ooh.
Like, would it just have been so good?
Speaking of Nathan being a dick, too, when he said he was sick, went out with the crew for dinner, and then went back and stayed on the boat, I was pissed, because how are you well enough to go out with your crew but not go home?
I think because he had to, but
I don't get that, though.
You're right. I also don't understand. Remember when he, like, showed up late? Crazy. But
yeah,
to your point, I feel really bad, because here's the other thing, right? I get you have this new family. You want them close. You have to work to provide. I, like, get that whole thing. And I'm sure Gail's getting a nice, like, day rate, which is also great money for your family. But she is so far away from her family and any kind of help. And, like, this is a new mother who is at home all day, sometimes like 3 days in a row.
Yes.
With her newborn baby.
Completely alone. Because it's not just like you and I in our own cities where, like, our parents aren't there. No friends, nothing. Every person you know is on that boat working and, like, cannot give you any attention, and rightfully so. And you know that like, you know that they're busy is so hard.
Like, let's add layers to it. You're a new mom. You have this new baby. You're in a different country that you don't know.
Yeah. Like where's the grocery store even? It
has to be so... I feel really, like, sad for Gail. And so it even bothered me when Nathan was like, oh, I'm sick. I don't want to get my baby sick, so I'm, like, going to stay. And I was like, I get your thinking, but at least go home. I know you don't want to get the baby sick, but at least be there to, like, support Gail her in some way. Because she started crying. She was like...
I feel like if he would have gone home and been like, I can't take care of the baby, but let me clean, like, make you dinner, let me clean all this stuff, like, let me be, like, here,
put a mask on, bitch, and start mopping.
I'm kind of exhausted and don't want to be a dad today, so, like, I'm going to stay on the boat because I can check in and out
I'm working.
You get to check in and out of being a bosun, and then you get to choose if you want to be a dad that day, whereas, like, she 24/7 is a mom. There's nobody else coming to relieve her, especially not you.
I genuinely think when he was late that day and Sandy was like, where were you? And he's like, oh, family drama. I genuinely think Gail was, like, having a breakdown and he couldn't leave her.
I agree.
Because she's postpartum. She is like, this is so new. I feel really sad for Gail. And it's on
Nathan to communicate that to Sandy, but I think Sandy knew immediately, like, the actual vibes, and it's still on Nathan to do that. But I think if Nathan said, like, this is extremely hard. This is well above the normal standard of what we work under on below deck and on a yacht. Like, you guys kind of forced me into this too. I had to do this. She absolutely would have let him be late.
Yeah. Yeah, or he could have just called. But, like, I get
That's the
it. I
thing.
really think Gail is, like, going through it.
It makes
And
me
I
sad.
feel so
I
sad
feel
for
like
her.
this
I
year
love
on
her.
Bravo, we're really capitalizing on postpartum time for drama, and it just, like, it kind of makes me icky between the Valley and this. I'm like,
I agree.
this isn't worth it. Like, the
But I'm happy we're not filming
is
her.
already.
I'm happy she's, like, at peace. However, I kind of also wish, like, the cameramen were there because she knows them. You know what I just want her to have like
people.
She could
to,
at
like,
least just like talk
with.
to them. You know what I mean?
I just
and
want
I
her
wonder
to, like, have
is
her
production
mom or
checking
someone.
in?
There's no way. Maybe
Well, then,
a text, but like not in reality.
No, the way I would be like, we have to. Someone has to.
I'm sorry, I would
Or
be on the
Nathan-
first flight back to Australia immediately.
Nathan could have, like, in the contracts, because he's the one on this show, he could have been like, I'm only, because they want Nathan on this show, right? They want Nathan with the drama of Gail and Joe and all that. He should have said, like, I need, like, a nanny. I need someone to be with Gail. Or I need us to, like, fly someone out for
else
Gail.
Needs to be with her. This
She
is, like,
just
making me really sad. It's like, I don't like talking about Nathan's and Gail's life because it makes me just feel gross that
but
this
she,
is, like, part of it.
You know what? She's doing amazing right now.
Good.
She's thriving on Instagram. She's with her son
Are
all
they
the
in
time.
Australia?
She loves him. I think.
I hope
okay,
so.
this is going to sound.
I want them to be there.
This is going to sound bad. I don't know where Nathan is.
Totally
he doesn't post. After the Australian, like the Bondi Beach shooting.
Yeah.
Nathan got in hot water and he kind of stopped posting on Instagram. Oh, you didn't hear?
Whoa,
all right,
no.
I'll finish this off and then we'll cut the podcast. But Jesus. Okay, so they were living in Australia together. Newborn baby.
And they were, like, together.
Yeah, before this season airs. Like, or was even filming, they were in Australia together. And Nathan witnessed the Bondi Beach shoot. Like, he was on a boat and he, like, drove the boat to go get, like, help save people.
Wow.
And he posted something. He was the way it came out was awful because it was like, I think, a Pakistani father and son duo shooting at the something like that.
Okay.
It was people of color.
Yeah.
It was people of color shooting.
So he, like, attacks them in
so
some capacity.
Nathan posted something that was like, this is so horrific. These people should not be allowed in this country if they're going to do this. And so then people were like, what the fuck? And he said, because people were like, you're an immigrant. What is like, and also this is racist. And then he clarified, he's like, I'm not racist. I was talking about immigrants who, like, illegally came into the country or something. I don't know enough about the shooters. All I know is they were brown. I don't know if they were immigrants here in Australia legally. I don't know what. But Nathan went on this whole rant about how he went about it all the right way and he's whatever.
Yeah, a
and he's like,
classic.
it has nothing to do with race, but he did say these people, so that's for interpretation.
But it's also, like, an assumption that if you're brown, you're doing it wrong. Like,
yes, it was this whole thing, which, like, do I think Nathan totally handled that incorrectly? Yes. Like, that was terrible.
But
and
since then, he just doesn't post.
He went off of social media and only came back to really, like, promote this season so far.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think he might have posted something about his son after they broke up, but
yeah.
They haven't even confirmed if they're, like, together or not. Like, we assume they're not, but we don't know. We just don't know anything. Yeah. So that is Gail and Nathan. You should watch the old. I mean, they were good. They were fun if you just need something to put on while you're cleaning. But yeah, they were good seasons.
This season has got me back into med. I was really mad at Sandy.
I get it. But I do think Sandy is the best captain for the drama. Like, she is here to perpetuate the drama, and I'm about that in a way. But sometimes professionally, it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
you know?
I agree with that. But
yeah. Wow, I love that we finally got to talk about Below Deck Med.
Too.
I love Below Deck. It's like one of my favorites.
It's been so good this season. I can't wait to wrap it up.
I can't wait to know what happened with Nathan and, like, hate him publicly even more. It's so exciting. Anyway, okay, that is our episode. Do all the things I mentioned at the beginning. And with that, love ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.